I'm heading to Kings Island in Mason, Ohio very soon. And here are my 15 most anticipated roller coasters. This is the second of 2 episodes in a very small series, and my pre-trip ranking of Hershey Park's roller coasters is currently up on my channel. And I'm going to come back to these 2 episodes after my trip ends and see what I got right and wrong. For the first 5 on the list, I'm going to rocket through my thoughts on the rides, with something I'm calling the Speed Round. Starting off the list at number 15, we have the Great Pumpkin Coaster. This peanut-themed kiddie coaster is very small, but it is designed for small children. This is one that I'll probably skip at the park. Number 14 is Woodstock's Air Rail. This is one of the infamous Vekoma hang and bangs that are known for being pretty uncomfortable and having bad track work. It's safe to say that I'll probably skip this one as well. Number 13, Woodstock Express. This is a small PTC wooden roller coaster, but is a big step up from the small and uncomfortable roller coasters at 15 and 14. Number 12 may come as a surprise, but I'm choosing Invertigo. Not gonna lie, this ride just doesn't look like something I enjoy, but I would take it over the other few on this list. Number 11, and the final coaster of our speed round, is unfortunately going to be Adventure Express. This Aero Mine Train got a lot of new thematic elements over the past few years, but at the end of the day, it's still an Aero Mine Train. Phew, those were quick. Let's slow down with number 10, the Bat. This is one of the few remaining aero-suspended roller coasters left in operation, and while it looks to be a little bit short for the model, I would still gladly take it over spots 15 through 12 on this list. Number 9, Backlot Stunt Coaster. Backlot Stunt Coaster looks to be a well-themed launch coaster from Premier Rides, and tons of people rave about the triple helix right after the first launch. I don't anticipate this being my favorite family coaster in the park, however, and that honor would go to number 8, Snoopy's Soapbox Racers. This new for 2024 Vekoma Family Boomerang looks to be quite a bit of fun. This was actually one of the first of this model to open in the United States, being barely beaten out by Good Gravy at Holiday World, which opened just a few weeks earlier. While this model has many other identical installations across the world, they have all gotten really good reviews. Number 7, the Racer. Halfway through the list, we have a classic wooden roller coaster by PTC. This ride looks to combine fun forces with the cool racing element. I also believe that this coaster got a partial retrack, so it should be running well when I visit. Number 6, Flight of Fear. The second launch coaster on this list from Premier Rides is Flight of Fear. This ride used to be themed to the Outer Limits, but dropped this theme to adopt a more generic sci-fi one. This ride also has a lot of inversions and is likely pretty forceful. Fun fact, Flight of Fear is tied with its clone at King's Dominion for the first ever magnetic launch coaster, which is one of the most popular models today. Number 5, the Beast. This wooden roller coaster is known for being the longest roller coaster in the United States, the second longest in the world, and the longest wooden roller coaster in the world. And it is also known for giving one of the best night rides in the entire world, so I'm sure not to miss that. This roller coaster was also built entirely in-house, and is known for being the father of many of the wooden roller coasters we have today, due to it giving Charles Dinn his first project in wooden coasters, which through his company, the Dinn Corporation, has created almost all the wooden roller coaster manufacturers around today. Number 4 is Banshee. The Bolliger and Mabillard inverted coaster is tied for my most ridden model, and I simply cannot get enough of this model. Banshee is one of the newer ones of this model, having only opened in 2014. Banshee also remains, to this day, the only B&M invert to have the vest restraints, which I personally really like, but it does make the trains look pretty goofy. Banshee looks like a fun, floaty, and long ride, and if I ride it, the B&M invert will be my most ridden model. The top 3 in this park are very highly contested in roller coaster rankings, so please don't get offended if I don't place your favorite at number 1. And remember, this is a pre-trip ranking, so I'm purely relying on word of mouth and personal preferences for this ranking. Number 3, Orion. The tallest and fastest roller coaster in the park comes in at number 3. I tend to love big drops and high speeds, but I also really like airtime. And I just don't think Orion's short ride experience provides enough in terms of airtime. It does look to have amazing theming around the ride in Area 72 and in the queue. Number 2 is Mystic Timbers. I cannot overstate how much people love Mystic Timbers. For many, it's their favorite in the park. I put it at number 2 because I just don't have an amazing feel for these newer generation wooden coasters by GCI. And I just don't know what to expect. The closest thing I can compare Mystic to would be Ghost Rider at Knott's. And even that's a stretch. Anyway, this ride looks to have plentiful airtime, and I do like the Millennium Flyers from GCI. And my number 1 most anticipated roller coaster at Kings Island is Diamondback. I loved my first B&M Hyper in Candemonium at Hershey Park, and I expect this iteration to be even better due to the more airtime moments, more height, and staggered trains, which give more whip and airtime over the drops. This ride also has some really good looking theming and a cool splashdown at the end of the ride, which looks to give a light mist to riders in the back rows. And that's why Diamondback is my most anticipated ride for my trip to Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe so you do not miss my review of Kings Island. Have a good one. Bye.